Spoofing aircraft with the HackRF port-a-pack using the ADSB module, also known as the Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast. In 2019, somebody, I don't know who, had spoofed a C-17 Globemaster, making it appear as though a military airplane was flying in circles over Northern California and Nevada. And the FAA wasn't too happy about that. And had changed the rules about sometime in 2019, whereby the U.S. government no longer had to broadcast their aircraft identifiers, or the ICAO, or call sign of their aircraft while in flight. And so we're going to talk about how you can spoof aircraft using a HackRF 1. I'll just kind of go over the different menu options on our HackRF port-a-pack. And because I don't have the equipment at the present time to demonstrate that this actually works, if you have a 1090 antenna, if you're into tracking aircraft using FlightAware, for example, you can get the equipment relatively cheap and test this yourselves. Whereby you can use a HackRF to spoof the call sign of an aircraft and then kind of monitor those results using your 1090 frequency equipment with FlightAware or other airplane tracking software and hardware. So here in our ADSB menu on our HackRF port-a-pack, we can set the ICAO, which is a unique identifier for an aircraft. But most important is the call sign, the speed, and the squawk. And that is a unique identifier for an aircraft's transponder, okay? Anybody familiar with the history of RFID? It was somewhat developed out of what was known as the friend or foe identifying systems, which were invented by the British during World War I, and that allowed for aircraft to identify themselves to base as either a friend or a foe using radio frequency. And so squawk would identify the transponder. That's where RFID originates from, actually, is that transponder technology developed during World War I. So with our HackRF, we can spoof all of this and choose altitude, latitude, longitude. You can actually upload a map to your HackRF port-a-pack and then use that to set your coordinates to transmit the position. Again, you can mess around with the speed. You can select that. So what we're going to do is go back to our main menu here. Make sure you're on the 1090 megahertz frequency, which is the frequency of ADSB. And with this, you can also spoof not only airplanes, but boats as well. So we're going to go ahead and hit start. All right. And so if you have a way to monitor or gauge your results using the HackRF, if you have the flight tracking hardware and software, you would be able to see your results on a screen in the form of an airplane. That's not actually there because you're spoofing the aircraft call sign. All right, it's very dangerous. Okay, but also very neat to have these kinds of capabilities. All right. So there you have it, folks. I'm going to be putting together a series of these videos on the HackRF 1 portaback and all the different types of signals interference and transmitting and spoofing that you can do with this device here. So stay tuned. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, watch my other HackRF videos on detecting and reading smart meters using the HackRF portapack, which I'll provide the link in the description of this video. And thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time.